Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel for another flea market finds episode. This is not going to be a flea market pick, this is going to be stuff that I picked. Oh, spoiler alert, little warning here. If you guys are here just for regular flea market stuff, other things non-machinist related, there's nothing, everything in this pick is going to be machinist tools. So if you're not into that, hey, thanks for coming by and I'll catch you at the next video. Actually, the way I came into this lot was somebody who I had been introduced to a few years ago, who was helping a friend clean out their estate. The husband passed away, and this gentleman was helping the widow actually liquidate a lot of the stuff that they had there. And I went down and I bought quite a few things, and this would have been probably featured like 2 years ago. So long story short, he called me because he had a woman that was another friend, and she had a bunch of stuff left over from when her husband was a machinist. So I ended up going down there, and they had laid out everything on a table, on a couple of tables. And initially I went through and I gave them a total if I were to take everything, and that was lower than what they were expecting. So I explained to them, well, if they want, I'll pull out the things that I know I can use and give them another offer. And I think the initial offer I gave them was $250. And then I went back through and pulled out just the stuff I wanted and gave them an offer of $200. And I even pointed out, you can see how little I'm valuing this remaining stuff, $50. I'm already chock full down there in my workshop. My cabinets are full. I got stuff in boxes on the floor. It's getting kind of crazy. So I really don't need that much more. But that being said, well, so anyways, let me reposition the camera and show you what I got for $200. So for $200, I got the contents of this bin, which is 7 items. And let's start with this stuff here, which is all the stuff that was in these longer cases. So there's 6 items altogether, but let's go through them one at a time. This is a really early wooden case that has a really neat old Tech-Lock dial bevel protractor. Now, I had to search pretty hard on the internet to find another one of these, and I was not able to find really any price history on this thing. This is an item here that I included in this pick because I've never seen one before. I might keep this for myself. It's kind of a neat item. So it's a bevel protractor, right? So you got the typical bevel protractor with the blade, you know, that goes in here. But what makes this unique is that it's got a dial to read out the angle. So it actually says, it's made in Japan, it says 1 division equals 5 minutes. So for those of you who don't know, angles are measured in degrees. If you take 1 degree and you divide it by 60, each one of those little slivers is 1 minute. If you take one of those little minutes and you divide it by 60 again, each one of those is seconds. And I don't know if there's anything after that, but by that time, you're talking about such a tiny little amount. As far as in machine shop work, you're probably not going to deal with that. Just give you a close-up look of what this looks like. Kind of neat. And if you want to see it actually work, we've got to basically put the blade in here so I can turn that piece, but you can see it moving. You'll notice that there's a small 30 right there, because right there would be 30 minutes, which is a half of a degree. And then when you get to number 1, that would be 60 minutes, which is 1 degree. And then if we go all the way around once, that will be 10 degrees. So that's why the subdial window there now is showing a 10. So this is a Tech-Lock from Japan, number 500. And then what also is cool is that in addition to the blade, it also has this 90-degree attachment. So again, kind of cool. Might keep that one for myself. Next up, we have a Mitutoyo digital caliper that looks like it may be new old stock. Everything screamed new old stock when I first saw it. The thing that I did notice though was that the original battery, literally, look at this. This is a Mitutoyo branded battery. That's the original battery was installed. And it's dead as a doornail right now. Now, whether or not somebody put the battery in and used it and then put it away and just kept it mint like this, I don't know. So the battery is an SR44. So I'm going to go grab a new one of those and we're going to find out whether or not these are still good. These were purchased in 2001, but this is a genuine Mitutoyo invoice. So he ordered this direct from Mitutoyo, which I didn't even think you could do. Fortunately, this is just a purchase order, so it was shipped direct from Mitutoyo. Maybe he did order it through a distributor. But because it's just the shipping packing slip, it doesn't have the price. But yeah, December of 2001. Maybe he was getting himself an early Christmas gift. All right, I have a brand new Energizer 357 battery right here. The 357 and the SR44s are generally interchangeable. They have the same physical dimension and voltage. And then the LR44s will fit, but the LR44 is usually an alkaline battery, so it's not going to last as long. Oop, came right on. All right, that's a good working pair of digital calipers. So as long as I got these up, I'm going to show you something. Notice that there are 4 decimal places after the decimal. That's a dead giveaway that these are genuine Mitutoyos and not the all too common counterfeit ones that you see for sale all the time. Like, they're all over online. So unfortunately, there's a lot of people buying what they think is a genuine Mitutoyo. There's several other things you can do to figure out that when they're counterfeit, but that's like one of the biggest giveaways is it's missing an entire decimal place of resolution. That being said, that final decimal place is usually only to half-tenths. Half-thou resolution. In other words, it'll typically toggle between 0 and 5. In other words, no matter how careful I am, you'll notice that last digit is either going to be a 5 or a 0, no matter how slowly I move this. So I don't know if these will automatically go to sleep because they have an on-off button. Most of the modern versions, they just have an on button and then you just put them away and they go to sleep. Okay, third item is the Starrett depth gauge. I've had these before in the past. What's nice about this one is it's very clean. It's a satin chrome finish one. It's got the extra blade, so the 2 different size blades in it, and it's in the original case. I like this style of earlier Starrett case. Just something about the way they look. In case anybody's wondering, because they've never seen one and would like to have one, this is Starrett number 448. These are pretty common on eBay. This one is in excellent shape. Everything turns freely. Next up, we've got a Brown & Sharp dial caliper. Also in excellent condition. And this is a 12-inch, which is nice. And it's not engraved or anything. So a nice, clean looking piece. Even has the paperwork with it. Next up, we have an Interrapid 12-inch digital caliper. I believe I've also seen these badged Brown & Sharp. Oh, matter of fact, it is right here, Brown & Sharp. Matter of fact, it says it right there, Brown & Sharp. These are really nice. Many of these are IP like 67 or 65 rated. This one does not say it, so this might be an earlier one that is not. And again, it's dead, so we got to go on the assumption that we just might need a battery. And I'm definitely going to need something to pry that one open. That's got that funky battery compartment. You can tell just by the size, it's the bigger battery too. CR2032, I bet. Yep, here's a CR2032. And it looks like we've got another winner here, another working caliper. Now it's in metric. If you press the button momentarily, it clears it, and then if you hold the button down, yeah, that's how you change mode. So now, and yeah, it's got the 4 digits too. These I've never seen counterfeited, so I'm not really, I don't usually worry about when I find these whether or not they're real. And the next item's a pretty nice item. The box needs a little bit of work here. You can see that the bottom has come unglued. So that'll be an easy fix. The foam is falling apart, deteriorating. And what's in here is also like new looking. I don't know if these have ever been used. Beautiful pair of Tessa, which is Swiss made, vernier calipers. And they're nice and heavy. They're heavy like the Starrett Master Bar series of caliper. And they have the vernier on the top and the bottom because they have inside and outside jaws. Not a mark on them, never been engraved or molested in any way. And they say Tessa Swiss made right on them. I'll re-glue this box to fix the box, and I won't bother putting new foam in it. There's a little Tessa booklet in there. But those are pretty nice. And that leaves us at the 7 items in this box right here. No particular order. This is a nice pair of 6-inch Brown & Sharp dial calipers. They have one issue, and that is that the crystal, the plastic dial face, has fallen out. It's loose here in the bag. And the reason for that is when these get older, what happens is the plastic will shrink. The way that these lenses are made, they've got a curve to them. They're convex, and the outside diameter on a new one is going to be just a tiny bit larger than the ID of this bezel. And the idea is you use your crystal press to actually flex them enough to make the sides come in, so you can drop it in there, and then when you release it, and then when it releases, it'll actually be, the edges of that crystal will want to go back out and put tension, and that's what actually keeps it in place. Well, when they get old and they shrink, they just fall out. So this may also be new old stock, never used, for all I know, and it might be that that crystal just fell out because, again, just sat there, and with age it shrunk, because they are clean as a whistle. And these are also Brown & Sharp Swiss made. Next item in the box is pretty heavy. It's a made in Taiwan, ROC, Republic of China, universal angle block set. So it's just one of these deals here. And notice, again, like a lot of this stuff, sure as heck looks like it's just never been used. So this is kind of a neat set. It's got a 1 degree, it's practically like a wedge. 1 degree, a 2 degree, a 3 degree, a 4 degree, and a 5 degree, and then a 10 degree, and then a 15 degree, and a 30 degree. And they're all brand new, old stuff. And as neat as those are, he also had this genuine Brown & Sharp set of angle blocks. So a little bit different style here, okay? This is this style. Well, you can see these are the Brown & Sharp Ultra Precision blocks. These are a little pricier than your typical Chinese. Next up is this, the only item that didn't have a case, is this genuine Brown & Sharp dial protractor. So this is kind of like that other one I showed you, the Tech Lock, but being that this is Brown & Sharp and Swiss made, this is a much more expensive item new. If this were in the original case with like an extra blade and an angle attachment, this would be quite valuable, relatively speaking, that is, compared to that Tech-Lock one. But just loose like this, it's still a nice piece. But I'll probably end up selling this one. Again, Brown and Sharp micrometer, like new, carbide faces, but this is a 10ths, so it's got the 10ths vernier on it, so this will give you resolution out to an extra decimal place. This is actually made in France. Interesting. So Brown and Sharp made in France. So was that digital 12-inch caliper, in case I didn't mention it. But anyway, still nice micrometer. And the last two items in this pick are these two indicators right here. So this is a best test. That's an excellent shape. Beautiful indicator. Look how mint that is. The dovetails are mint. It's like it's never been mounted. Crazy. How nice that is. That isn't a 10th one, is it? Boy, that would be, I didn't even notice. If it was, that'd be really something. It's a half thou, so it's a .0005. As opposed to the 10th indicator would be .0001. When you get to that resolution, the price on the indicator goes up. But you really don't need that level of precision for most jobs. Maybe if you're doing surface plate work or something like that, you know, inspection work with a surface plate. Gross, sticky, nasty foam out of here. That's the only thing I can see wrong with it. That and the sticker fell off the box, but it was in the box. So this one is Swiss made. Oh, I should have checked this one. I'm pretty sure this is going to be Swiss made. Yeah, this best test is Swiss made, as is this one. So this is the white-faced version of that, and this one is a Tessa-Tast. But I can almost guarantee you that this is also made by Tessa. I think the story goes that if they're selling them in Europe, they'll badge them Tessa, and if they're selling them here in the U.S., they'll badge them Best Test. This is also half thou resolution. I already have one of these with the long indicator point on it and the large face, so I can sell both of those. Alright guys, so if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you're not already a subscriber, please consider subscribing. And until next time, take care.